Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, Advanced Learning Center. This is the disclaimer of our videos. Please go through this disclaimer. Today we are going to solve the question paper of Personal Computer System Technology, in short form PCST, and subject code is ET504. This question paper came in 2022. This question came in State Council for Technical Education, Assam. So Assam Government Polytechnic, those who are taking diploma in electronics and telecommunication engineering departments. So it is fifth semester subjects of ETC engineering departments. So myself, Tashir Ali Sheikh. The contents of my today's discussion is so as already I have mentioned that today we will be discuss about the PCST question paper of 2020 that was came in the year 2020 under State Council of Technical Education Assam. That means in all Assam Polytechnic examinations. First solution of PCST part 1 we are going to solve in this video. So first is solution of question number 1. Choose the correct answer. There are 10 questions. And solution of question number 2. Fill the blanks. There are 8 questions. And solution of question number 3. Write true or false. Here is 7 questions. Total 25 marks questions we are going to solve out of 70. So this is the question paper. And semester question paper of the year 2020 of fifth semester. Subject code is ET504. Subject name Personal Computer System Technology. Full marks is 70. Duration is 3 hours. Here two part is there, part A and part B. In part A there are 25 marks. All are multiple type questions. That means choose the correct answer, fill the blanks and write true or false. So this is the first questions. In the first questions there are 10 questions are there. Each question contains 1 marks. So that one by one questions we will be discussed in our later slide. So these all are the questions. These questions, this one, this one's question number 2. Here 8 questions are there. Okay, so here 8 questions are there. Out of 8 questions they have written to write on the fill in the blanks. Here write the true and false. So these all questions one by one will be discussed in our later slide. So here is part B. There are 45 marks is there. From 8 questions here are 8 questions are there. Out of 8 questions a student have to write any 5. It contains 9 marks. 9 into 5 means 45 marks. The first question is list and give a brief idea of different supporting components used on PC motherboard. Here are 9 marks. The second question is what is BIOS? Explain the function of the motherboard BIOS. Here is also 9 marks. Question number 3. Explain the construction and working of a hard disk drive. Here is also 9 marks. Question number 4. What do you understand by disk partitioning? Explain the third disk partitioning under DOS/Windows in brief. Here is also 9 marks. Number 5. Explain the hard disk data organizations with reference to the MBR, BVR, etc. Here is also 9 marks. Question number 6. Classify different types of printer and compare the features of the commonly used printers. Here is also 9 marks. Question number 7. What are the different power lines disturbance? What are their remedies? Explain in brief. Here is also 9 marks. Write short note any two. Here is also 9 marks, 2 4.5 in each. Expansion slot, general purpose input output port, file system, EPS, laptop, computers. So this about the questions, all questions. Next we are going to discuss the question number part A of these questions. So our first question was choose the correct answer from the multiple questions. So first question was 1 exabyte is equal to how many bytes? Here are four options. In option A, 2 power 50 byte, 2 to the power 60 byte, 2 to the power 70 byte, 2 to the power 80 byte. But there is one mistake in this question here. Okay, so later I am going to show you. So as per this one, the answer is option B, 2 to the power 60 byte. But question is mistake is that exabyte is equals to actually 10 to the power 18. It will be xb byte. So it here is one mistake is there. It will be xb byte. Okay, so there is a small mistake in the question, so it will be xb byte, so that it answer is 2 to the power 60 byte. Okay, so these are the total conversion tables. So if any questions are came from this one, so if you remember these tables, you can easily able to answer the questions. Next question number 2. A modem is input device, output device, both input and output devices, none of them. The modem is both input and output device because a modem is used for send and receive the data at the same time. So that's why this is called both input and output. Now question number 3, which of the following is the fastest memory? Hard disk, compact disk, SROM and DRAM. So here actual the one of the fastest memory is cache memory, but in the option it is not there. So the second fastest memory is SROM. That means option C. So SROM is nothing but it is the static random access memory. So note here cache memory is the special very high speed memory. So fortunately the option is not there, so the second fastest speed memory is SRAM. Cache memory is used to reduce the average time to access data from the main memory. Next questions. SCSI is stand for video memory hard disk interfacing expansion slot, none of the above. It is used for the expansion slot. SCSI is stand for actually for data communications, just like a bus. So it is inside the computer, so it is used as an expansion slot for transmission the data. So which of the following file is not a system file in DOS or Windows X? So io.sys, ms-dos.sys, option C boot.ini, and option D command.com. So out of this, which is here said which is not a file, is not a system file in DOS. So this is the only uh, not a system file in DOS. Remaining all three are system file of DOS. So the correct answer is boot.ini is not a system file in DOS or Windows N. Next is partitioning information of HDD are stored onto MBR, BBR, or FAT or root dictionary directory. So the partitioning information of HDD are stored in master boot record, that is option. Next question is how many pins are there in USB connection? Universal serial bus connectionত আমার কেটা pin থাকে, how many pins are there? So here there are at least 4 pins are there in USB, universal serial bus. So generally there are 4 pins, at least there are 4 pins in each USB cable, and more than 4 is there, 5 is also there. In third generation USB there are 9 pins are there. That means whatever pins are USB cables are there currently we are using, that have 9 pins. So out of these 4 pins, so one is used for power, one is for ground, and 2 are used for the data lines, that is called the D plus and D minus. Okay, so this use of this four lines. Okay, four pins. One is used for power, one is for ground, and two are for data lines. Next is a light sensitive device that converts printed text, drawing, or other image into digital form is called plotter, printer, scanner, and warmer. The scanner is the only device that convert printed text, drawing, and image into a digital form. Okay, so scanner optically scan images, printed text, drawing, and handwriting, and convert it into a digital image. The highest DC voltage level form of a SMPS is 5 volt, 6 volt, 9 volt, and 12 volt. Actually, the SMPS converts total 3 volt, that is 5 volt, 12 volt, and 24 volt. But here in our options, highest is 5, 12, and 24. But 12, unfortunately, it is absent. So maximum second highest is 12 volt. So answer will be D. Okay. Next is which of the following is not an advantage of laptop as compared to desktop. So first option is portability, power consumptions. Third one is upgradability, and none of this. So we know that the laptop are portability, so we can carry the laptop here and there, and power consumptions of the laptop are is also less compared to the desktops. So here asking not an advantage of laptop, so upgradability and none of this. So this we know that these two options are advantage of the laptop. So the third option, that is option C, is the disadvantage or not an advantage of the laptop, because upgradability is not possible in the laptop. The sole part which will be upgrade are hard disks and memory, as they are the sole part, so that are accessible to the user, so it is very difficult to repair. As every laptop has its own proprietary design and construction, it is they are difficult to upgrade. So the C option is the not an advantages of the laptop. Next, question number 2, fill up the blanks. So primary dash bus width determines the strength of the microprocessor. Data bus width determines the strength of the microprocessor. So that determines the architecture of a motherboard. PC printed circuit board is determines the architecture of a motherboard. Question number 3, the BIOS ROM, that means basic input, basic output, read-only memory, can be soft updated is called the flashing BIOS. Okay, so here this option fill in the blanks will be flashing BIOS. Next is Dash is the latest version of the Microsoft OS for the PC. Windows 11 is the latest version of the Microsoft OS for the PC. As per the September 2020 report, the most recent version of the Windows is Windows 11 for the consumer PCs. That means whatever PCs we are using tablets, Windows 11 Enterprise for corporations. Those computers are using in shopping malls, some big malls. So those they are also uses the Windows that call the Windows 11 Enterprise for corporations, and Windows Server 2022 for servers. So suppose in college, universities, so they are using the servers. So on this window they are using the Windows Server 2022. So Windows 11 is the latest version of the Microsoft OS for the PC. Temporary use of the hard disk space, that means temporary use of the hard disk space as a memory by operating system, is called spread storage. Next is AGB stand for bus interface. Next, the motherboard power connector of a 80 SMPS has 24 pin connectors. The presently three types of batteries, that means that how many types of batteries are the most commonly used in the laptop. That means answer is three types of batteries are mostly used. Let me see what are the three different types of the batteries that are going to used in the laptops. One is nickel cadmium, nickel metal hydride, and lithium ion. So these are the three types of battery we are going to use in our laptops. So nowadays what are the laptops we are using? So those laptops use these three types of battery. Okay. Next is Write true or false. So invariably cache memory is implemented by static memory. This statement is true because cache memory is implemented on static SRAM, or implemented on SRAM or static random access memory. So MS-DOS is a 64-bit operation system. This statement is also true. Post is the most basic software that runs the PC. Yes, this statement is also true because the full form of the post is power on self rest, is a set of procedure that a computer runs through each time it is turned on. It ensures that all the system's hardware is working properly before trying to load the operating system. If computer does not pass post, it will be not boot. So that's why post is the most basic software that runs the PC. Next is a solid state drives is a magnetic tape storage device. This is the false statement because a solid state drive does not contain any magnetic coatings. Instead, SSD relies on the embedded processor or a brain or a interconnect flash memory chip that retain data even no power is present. So this statement is false. So question number 35, the legacy serial port in PC are also called COM port. This statement is true because legacy serial port is also serial port and COM port is also serial port. So this statement is true. An inkjet printer is a non-contact type of printer. This statement is true because inkjet printer are wirelessly connected with the machines, physically are not connected with the machines. So that's why inkjet printer is called a non-contact type of printer. Next question is battery ampere hour determines the backup time of an UPS. This is also false because an AH or ampere hours is the amount of energy charged in a battery that enables 1 ampere of current to flow for 1 hour. That is the actual definitions of H, not to determine the backup time of an UPS. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and like this video. Please press the bell icon to get the notification whenever new videos are coming. Thank you.